And the clock started already.
Thank you, Chairman. 5 minutes will be more than sufficient. Ladies and gentlemen, I address my comments today to the elected members of the Cherwell District Council. I do not attempt in any circumstance to try and persuade the public gallery about this. My concern is only with the people in this room who have a vote this evening. They are my primary concern, and it is to them I address my comments. I ask colleagues to look at their agenda pack and look at page 15, where the recommendations moved by Councillor Clark and seconded by me are set out. Those are what members are being asked to approve tonight. The recommendations on page 15. That is all that you are asked to approve tonight. And what we are being asked to do, members of the District Council, is we are asked to send this review, this partial review of the local plan, to an examination in public under an independent inspector. You are not asked this evening to adopt these plans. You are not asked to say whether you think that they are wonderful or not so wonderful. You are asked this evening to send them to an examination in public before an independent inspector. And if you do that, then all those reasons that have been played out in this room tonight can be tested in a quasi-legal setting, and they can be effectively judged on in that way and in that format. We have heard this evening, Mr. Chairman, and I made some notes as members have spoken, we have heard this evening the Council's process is deeply flawed. It does not comply with its own policies or the national planning framework. It is illegal. It is unsound, and it is against national policies. It has not taken account of representations. It is not an exceptional case to build in the Greenbelt. That is not shown. Housing need is not defined, and the definitions for housing need are no good. It will harm access to the countryside. There will be a loss of biodiversity, and the reasons go on. Chairman, if any of those reasons, unsound, illegal, not in compliance with policy, if any of those reasons are true, then the people watching this meeting this evening have absolutely none to worry about. If it's illegal and unsound, it'll fall. It won't get through the examination. I tell you, the advice from your officers, who you have learned over a long time to trust and accept the judgment of your officers are saying to you it is sound and it is legal, and you need to pass this tonight and send it to that independent examination. This is not a hard choice. It is relatively straightforward for you to agree. Now, I would say also to people that there have been some points that are worthy of some commentary, and I draw members' attention to page 55 of their agenda and paragraph 3.147, where it states that paragraph B95 of our adopted local plan, and Councillor Heath, I'm particularly asking you to look at this because I know you're an avid reader of these things. Paragraph B95 of the adoptive plan says, if this joint work reveals that Cherwell and other districts need to meet additional need for Oxford, this will trigger a partial review of the local plan to be completed within 2 years of adoption and taking the form of the preparation of a separate development plan document. So the arguments about 2 years and the arguments about you don't need to do this and you've got plenty of time, you've got time to wait. Surely there's no harm in waiting a little bit longer. There's every reason to wait for all sorts of things to happen. No, we have not got time. The time is up. The clock has stopped. You need to make a decision to send this to an examination in public before an independent inspector, and all the reasons that are set out that are so bad and so lowly can be tested properly, and you need to do that tonight, because you heard that if you do not do that tonight...
Thank you, Councillor Wood.
Then
Your
the
time is
plan
up.
will
Councillor Wood,
become unfair.
Thank you. I've got to be strict on this because it's all the Constitution. Now we come to the vote. How it will go, those will vote in favour, against and abstentions. So those in favour, please show. No, you can't vote. Oh, sorry. Those against? Sorry, the members of the public can't vote on this. Abstentions?
Sorry, can you raise your hand high for everyone?
Higher, Councillor Holland.
2.
That's it. 2. We'll just wait to the adding up.
Clearly carried.
That's carried.
As well?
That's carried.
Is it?
Yeah.
26, 17, 2.
It's carried. 26 against 17 and 2 abstentions. Thank you. I'm going to have a 10-minute adjournment for people to have a drink and a bit of fresh air. Thank you very much.